Hey everybody, it's China Unicorn. It's September 13th, 2021, and I had quite a night last night. So I recently got a video removed from YouTube with a warning on my channel because apparently I talked about sex too much detail, things like that. So I'm still going to be able to tell you what my experience is, but I'm going to leave like the sexual in and out details for my OnlyFans. So if you want like the secondary layer of information on my stories about like what went into what holes and things like that, you're going to have to come to my OnlyFans. So for YouTube, this is what happened last night. I had a date, a guy that I know, friends, haven't seen him in a while. We had, a pre-existing friendship, pre-COVID, where we tried to be swingers together. And COVID got in the way of it, and so neither of us kind of got our feet wet into that experience. And so anyways, we reconnected after COVID and everything, and then we ended up at Oasis last night. First time going on a couples ticket for me, which was kind of nice. And immediately I had some friends that I saw there that were like interested in him, and like we were looking for group play. Like we were looking for women, men, like everything. So it was like the more the merrier. There was no weird jealousy, nothing like that. But I could tell my friends liked him. Like they were like just keeping him in conversation and like getting closer. Like it was nice to see, actually. Maybe if I was dating him, I might have been a little jealous about it, but because we were friends, I felt like it was great that he was having a good time, and I was excited that my friends wanted to sleep with him, because I was like, we're open, right? We also play separately. So so anyways, we ended up hooking up with M, which was the girl that I had a threesome with a couple weeks ago with Jay. And so she was there. It's the first time I saw her since the first time I hooked up with her. And it was wonderful. We hit it off again really quickly. She was with a guy there that she had just met that night that they became friends. He was a really good guy. And we ended up kind of like socializing a bit in the pool. It starts pissing rain on us to the point where at first we're like, we can push through, like we'll just get wet. And then it to the point where it was like you couldn't keep your eyes open. Like, so we all kind of go in, get all in the sauna, get a little dried off. And then we go for a tour on the third floor. And usually this is kind of how we initiate sex, right? Like, let's go look at people have sex. It's like, what's a better way? But we did go upstairs. We did watch some sex. We watched some group stuff and stuff happening. But yet, like nothing started, nothing happened. And so we just kind of went back downstairs, and then we went into the rec room, which is the Oasis ballroom, and we got like a card game. We were looking for board games, card games, whatever. So we got a game called Cards Against Humanity, and we all kind of sat in a circle on one of the big playrooms. We added a couple more people. One of them was one of the staff at Oasis that was just there for like a social visit that night, and her friend. So we had a bunch of people all playing this game just in like towels, boobs hanging out, some dicks are hanging out. Having the best time, just socializing with friends. No one's looking at their phone. Like, it was just really nice. And I know I started to like flirt with M throughout that, because I was like, well, I definitely want to have a threesome with her, or a foursome, right? Like I was totally down to have a four-way thing happen, but it didn't end up that way. It ended up in a threesome. So anyways, we have this really fun game, and then we go back up to the third floor again to look around. This time I know that like if I don't do something now, like nothing's happening. And so I actually so M goes to the bathroom, my guy goes to the bathroom, and so the other guy's standing there, and I just said like, so how are you feeling about this? And he mentioned that he wasn't going to play, that he was just going to watch. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, you're invited, right? Like I didn't want him to feel like he wasn't invited to what we had planned. And so he understood that. He said something about having to be at work really early the next day, but he stayed the whole time. Like he stayed to watch. So he stayed to watch. So anyways, M comes back out the bathroom. We're all sitting down, and I kind of started playing with the guy's, dick, and like putting it in my mouth and stuff. And then I asked M if she wanted to share, and she had the funniest reaction. She basically gave me this face of like, yeah, like, okay. So anyway, so then she kind of takes her turn. The guy that was so happy, like two kind of cute blondes all over him. So we do all sorts of things that, like, we shared his dick a few different ways. I can't really go into these kind of details on YouTube, frankly, so I'll just keep it a little light. So we did a whole bunch of positions that like were new for her. So she had never eaten a girl out, and I asked her like, is tonight the night? Do you want to try? And she was mentioning how like she's not going to be good at it. And I was like, you know what? None of us are good at it when we start. So you're going to have to start somewhere. And so we laughed about it because like one of the things I really liked about Em is we talked about the first time we hooked up, and she had mentioned how it was such a good experience for her because I made her feel so comfortable. And I was like, wow, that's so good. Like that's all I really wanted, is to have somebody have a wonderful, comfortable experience. So anyway, so this is the dynamic. We're all laughing, we're all friends. So we're sharing my guy's cock, the other guy's just kind of watching, and you know, then we start sharing her. And so I actually had a bit of a fight with my friend, my male friend, because he wasn't looking and he was trying to finger her while I was eating her out, and I had to like shoo his hand away. So that was quite funny. Seeing another girl suck his, you know, was really erotic for me. It was very exciting to watch. There is something about it that just feels right. It's the joy of seeing my friend get this happen, but also seeing like a girl like go all over his cock. It was just like hot. So anyway, so then he fucked her first, and she was really enjoying it. I kind of sat back and like helped. Like at first I was like fingering her and like trying to like get my head in weird positions, but I ended up actually 69ing with her, and then while he had sex with her, so my face was like making eye contact with him while he was trying to like get it in. So that was quite funny. This moment is going to make me laugh forever. So this girl has never eaten a girl out. She's like nervous about it. We're 69ing after I already had sex, right? So I had some air in my vagina hole, and she's eating me out, and all of a sudden I let out like these queefs, and I'm like, so which that's air releasing from my vagina, right? And there's nothing I can do to stop it. It's not like a fart where you can like squeeze it in. No, you can't. They're just coming out. And I start laughing, and so we laughed so hard because she was saying, you know, go figure. She's like, the first time I go down on a girl, she queefs in my face. You gotta laugh at these things. There's nothing I could have done, right? Like, yeah, so it was just like a funny moment, and then we ended up all laughing about it after too. So to be honest, it was a wonderful night. I'm glad my friend and I got to share with other people. That was the goal. I'm glad I got to see Em again. Yeah, it's just a fun group of friends where you can all vibe, and who decides to play plays, and there's no hard feelings about it. You know, I felt like this is what I hoped the lifestyle was no jealousy. I mean, there is in some aspects of the lifestyle, but for now, it's no jealousy. It's hedonism basically, and really, really great friendships that you can make with people that you randomly finger once in a while. And I was thinking about this earlier, and I was like, you know, swingers are really just other normal people who like play racquetball with their friends. But swingers, instead of racquetball, like they have sex with friends. Like it's just sports. It's just recreation, you know? So yeah, so that was my night. I can't believe I had random threesome when I wasn't planning it. And it goes to show, the more threesomes you have, the less big they are, if that makes sense. So now that's why I'm looking more to 2 men. Now I'm looking to 2 men because I'm like, that is new, that is exciting, and I'm craving it. So that's my night. Come to my OnlyFans if you want to hear a little bit more of the details. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys soon. Bye. She's sitting on my face while his dick is going in her hole, and I've never had that close of a view to see what happens when the dick is having a hard time getting in the hole, because like sometimes the dick gets a little softer, right? And so it was the first time I was like watching this dick bend, and like it wasn't going in, it was just bending, and I was like fascinated with learning about how the dick works in those situations.